Now out at Fourth Wall, it's the fucking worth it. C500 hat.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if we're supposed to be able to say that on YouTube. Talking about. Go on over to Fourth Wall, pick it up today, hot and fresh off press. Link is in description, down there at the bottom. Please support me. Tossing down pilings or something right there just as I was letting the clutch out. I was like, what was that? Thank God. I was like, that sounded like pilings crashing together, but was that my transmission? Oh, thank God it's not. Oh, man. Another day, another $1.50 to be earned. If you're not turning, you're not earning. Huh. Famous words by John Proctor. What is going on today? Oh, train tracks, love them. Always feels like imminent death crossing them when you got the wheelers. We got the 40 mid, of course. What else? No rest for this dude. It's that time of the year. Torque wrench, riding shotgun. We've had a slew of problems with the 40 mid. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be the guy to pull it after its second time to go around for some build. I'm like, that's great. What did we have? So when I broke it last, I didn't break it on purpose. It broke. We caught it just before it was like super major, but still it kind of sucked. When we did that piston stuff, what, a couple weeks ago now? And I guess it came back, got fixed again, or fixed from that time that we had it out, and then it broke again. So it turns out, someone was over-torquing the U-bolts, or the U-bolts got over-torqued. I don't know. I don't think it was us. But I couldn't see where would you stop somewhere else and get them re-torqued. I don't know. Couldn't tell ya. And the U-bolts were slightly wrong or something. I don't know. Like, it got fixed when I brought it back, and then I seen it in the shop again. I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, more U-bolts. I'm like, more U-bolts again. I'm like, well, that's comforting. Fingers crossed. Keep an eye on stuff. Hopefully everything is A-okay. Because, yeah, I definitely don't need to have any of that happening. We're going to CHD. Loading the pump. Pump guy. Hey, man, what do you pump? All the time. Pump. And we're going out the Forestry Trunk Road by Grande Cache to kilometer 114 onto the 8000s road, and in there a little ways, I don't know how far, I didn't look that far. I don't even know where the 8000s road is. I don't know if that's before the 4000 or after. The only road that rings a bell to me is the 4000s, which I knew was 88 kilometers from rather the turnoff or when you leave the pavement. If you're fluent with the area, I know I've been to the 2000s road, or the 4000s road, sorry, with the Jeep, so I'm just tired of guessing and stressing out, so I'm just gonna pull the Jeep. Supposedly there's a big spot when you turn on the 4000s road for people to chain up and do whatever you think you might want to do, so I'm like, alright, I'll Jeep off there. Unless it's somebody else tells me different. I really want it to not be rainy. I didn't look at the forecast, but we don't know what's going to happen. It's Alberta. Could be snowing for all we know. I haven't seen any snow for a little while. Thank you. It's been pretty nice. A little windy. Drying everything out. So dry. Forest fires. Got a lot of dry grass out there right now. Everybody's itching to get out in their dirt bikes and quads, straight piped, just ripping her up, starting fires. I don't know how those things. People tossing ciggies out the window, catching the ditch on fire, train driving down the train track, sparks come off the wheels at times, start a fire there. Well, that's where we're at. We're not going out there right today. We're just gonna go load, and then we gotta get to probably not gonna stay at Hinton because it's just too far to drive. We're gonna be out there for 9 in the morning. So I'd like to be a little bit closer so I have room for error, you know, and I don't have to get up super early. We'll be parking up pretty decently, so should be good times. Had by just me hauling a pump. The only wheeler on the job besides 24 low. put all my safety pins on them and then I forget.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Well, I probably seen some kind of show there, wondering what the fuck was going on. Me too, but I knew what was going on a little bit, and I'm like, oh, this roll just bit the dust. See in there, this chunk just disintegrated right now. It's a way bigger gap than what it had before too. It pretty much grinded its whole way up. Yep, that's a hard pull. Probably good I put on that new sling the other day. Got a bad truck out there. Just might not be able to shake it back very far to Jeep off if I got to Jeep off too. Ooh. Trailer! guys hear that? Probably. Oh, we're just outside of Hinton here. The first climb. More boost. More boost. What are you doing? Yeah, like 225 on the oil. 30 pounds of oil pressure, 210 on the water, the fan just came on. Volts are good. Fuel is full, we just filled up. You've probably seen that. Clean the windows. And transmission. Oh, that's a 240 on the trans. We were like 230 most of the drive where it was kind of long Highway 16. And now that we're climbing, it's gonna get, it's like a game. It's like, how long is the hill gonna be? How hot is the transmission gonna get? I'm not gonna lie, the main transmission is not the happiest. 3 or 4 times already on this journey, I couldn't pull it out of gear. When I went to flow to gear, it was like I was too lazy on the throttle, or I got it wrong. It was under tension. I'm like, when to pull it out, wouldn't. Every once in a while, you, if you're in, say, like, 5th high, and you split to go to 6 low, when you grab a gear, it will split that gear 5 high into 5 low before you get it out to get the 6th. Not often, but it does happen. I'm just like, man, I know it's not me, but sometimes I do have some subconsciously habits. Other bros aren't that far ahead of me. They were fueling up, then left while I was halfway through that, so then I brought it up. Like now we're 250. I don't even know if you can see it there. Try to zoom in on that 10 degrees and just like 1.5 kilometers there. I'm waiting for it just to grenade. I don't want it to grenade. Right here would be bad. That hill corner, I think it was that one. But we did that rig move with Cal Nash. I don't know if it was last summer or the summer before. And we were going out to Forestry Trunk there, and the air intake blew off like 3 times in one day. But it never happened until day 2. After I took a pump out there, came back, ditched the Jeep in Edson, loaded just like this premix tank that I only needed the 24 mid for, so I ditched the Jeep, and I was coming back out here and it popped off. Like right on one of these stupid, maybe it was this one right here. Which is dumb because he made it past all the really hard incline. Yeah, it was this one right here. Probably grabbing this gear right here like I was doing right now. Got under, got boost, and it just, boom. I was like, oh no. I'm like, top of the hill, and pyro's just like, shh. I'm like, no, right here. Pulled over, we're like, literally got 2 feet of white line and then the white cones on the outside for the snowplow. On a curve, blind from both sides. it sucked. I had her fixed quick, and then I got out there, unloaded, got all the way back to Bentley, which is almost home, 20 minutes from home, empty. And it popped off again, right at the train tracks in front of Bentley. I was just like, what is going on? At that point, I only had single clamps, and I've never double clamped a Cummins before in my life. I've never had a problem. But then again, I've never had a Cummins where I had the Borg-Warner turbo, which depending on temperature, I could pull 40 pounds of boost. Typically, I only got like 33, 32 on hot days. Maybe pretty soon we won't have that problem if I get like a new C580 or something. Just kidding, I'm not getting one. Yeah, right. Think about having to go through all that, just having a quiet truck. Gross. Would be nice to have the Jakes though. Can I have the same Jakes as C580? You just need the turbo. Oh, someone commented a while ago, you're gonna have to put a shift kit into that the way you drive it. I'm just like, I'm driving that way my whole life, but then it is true that I've only had, like, every truck I've ever had, I've only had for like 4 years. We're coming up on 3.5 to almost 4, I think, but this, 2, 4, yeah, dude, we're like 3.5 years in this one. So I must be due for a new truck. I'll let you guys speculate. Anyways, William A. Schweitzer Provincial Park here right now. Got the wide load lights on now, got the swing outs out just in time to the narrow so I can sideswipe people with my swing outs. We got like an hour and a half to the turnoff, I think. It's a slow go because there's lots of hills. It's pretty smooth going. There's a couple rough sections, but for the most part, it's not bad. And then we're gonna have to, if I want to Jeep off, I'm gonna turn on to Muskeg, try to Jeep off. If you were paying attention when we loaded, there's an issue back there. Hopefully that doesn't just fall off. So I'm gonna shake it back as far as I can. Hopefully it'll still kind of slide steel on steel. I don't know what's gonna happen there, honestly. I shall put some gear oil on it or something. Just hope that it lines up. I'll just smear. I'll put some gear oil and maybe I'll start a fire. Jeep off. I want to get to the chain up area to where we're turning on the 8000s road and go to sleep there. Hopefully it's not a mistake and it's a busy turn. I think that's where the other two guys are going that are ahead of me. It's got a low boy and a high boy. We'll turn the Muskeg, Jeep off, run the Jeep up to the intersection where you turn on the Ghost. I'll turn left, I hope. It looks like it's threatening to rain, but it's hiccup. It's like 40% chance looking. The place, if you turn left where the Ghost and the trunk, there's a little spot over on the left there on the right hand side of the road when you're going, I guess that's north. We'll squeeze her in there. I was contemplating to do it at the big pull-out rate on the highway just before turning on the Muskeg, but I'm just like, I'm like, I definitely don't want to leave the Jeep there because deers. Fuck, he was side-eyeing me hard. He's like, well, yeah. So yeah. Because I don't know where we're going, what it looks like. It says Big Hill, chain up if conditions aren't dry. I talked to Benji, and he said it should be alright as long as I Jeep off. He's like, you don't even make it down the forestry road with the Jeep. I'm like, I've done it before. That was on that same move with Cal Nash. You guys remember they were just laying fresh calcium, more deer. Don't always just focus on the 2 or 3 deer on one side of the road. Chances are, there's a buddy over here and he wants to be with his friends at all. Fucking, what's the word? Goddamn. Shit. At any case necessary, is that the right term? God, I'm getting old. That's when you hit deer. That's more deer. 3 more right there. I'm like, why is there 3? Where's 4th? That's great. Not really worried about them. I'm just... A lot of times people focus on like, oh my God, there's deer over here, and they're like locked in on that. Meanwhile, this guy runs out right in front of their car, and then that's when they blow through your windshield and kill you. Well, I see one run across, always expect a second one, maybe even a third one. So yeah, I forgot what I was talking about before that, squirrels, so we'll just carry on.
I need plenty of wholesome, nutritious alcohol. The chemical energy keeps my fuel cells charged.
What are the cigars for?
They make me look cool.
goosed my head on the fucking swing out. Bleeding. Haven't had a chance to look at how bad it is. Fuck. Super happy about that. No, I'm not perfect. Fuck. I don't think it's super major, but I'm bleeding. The thing sounds badass. Yeah, putting the legs back up, walk back over to this side. Fucking zoink. Right into that sweet corner. Got a wad of paper towel in my hat right now. I usually don't bleed very long because I have high iron. But I hope it's not like stitching material, you know what I mean? Hate to have a big ugly gash. Perfect head. Fucking chain just got loose. And I forgot to put the air in the trailer. Let's have a looky. I'm not gonna show you guys because then YouTube will be like, oh, it's blood and gore, we can't show that. Probably got red hair. My white hair is now red. I'm a red-headed stepchild. Yeah, I was just winching up and I felt it drip down the side of my hat. Like, well, I'll take a picture with my phone. I'm like, well, what do I do now? I'm like, I'm not gonna go to the hospital for stitches. I could go to Grand Cache, but I don't think it's that major. It just nicked my hand. Should I have your hard hat on? Well, we're not on site, so of course I didn't have my hard hat on. Piss. Pissed ends broke. Don't show the blood. It's superficial. It's just your head, right? So it's anytime you nick your head, it's just one of those things. Just like, yeah, I'm just gonna bleed here for a little bit. I could whip out the first aid kit, but I don't think it's that major. Just gonna run this there, like, yay, and we'll come back to that. Fuck, is that in the right spot? It's almost not bleeding, it's just the show must go on, right guys? If I die, you'll know what happened. Brain hemorrhage in my sleep. Die. Oh, gotta release the brakes there, Ricky. We completely released? Yes, we are. Oh man, that is a piss off. I hate it when stupid shit like that happens. Only because I've got a pretty good track record of not doing stuff like that, but I think I've hit my head on my swing outs before, but I had my hard hat on. I know it's happened before. I just have a new rule. Don't walk underneath the trailer. Problem solved. Shitters at the pullout. That's pretty nice. Not that I'd ever go in there. I'm the kind of guy, I'd rather stand in the tree over there than use that. But maybe this is such a grade that some people are shitting themselves. Those tire tracks look like crane tire tracks. Oh, I didn't die last night in my sleep. And as far as I can tell, I didn't look at my pillow. I did not bleed on my pillow. I did not have my period in my sleep. Thank God. Oh, dude, is this fucking... I want to say this was not calcium last night. Must have been. Alright, we'll copy that. There's one hell of a hill supposedly right here. We're always driving along the ridge when you're on the forestry trunk road, and then you look out over the valley, and it's just like lights everywhere. It's like you're just driving by villages and stuff, just scattered all over, but it's all oil field stuff, right? Because every spot's got some lights on. Unfortunately, with this camera, you can't see that shit. If I could have like maybe pulled over on a good ridge, I might have been able to catch some of I might have been, whatever. But anyways, 7:43, we don't have to be there till 9. We're like literally a couple clicks away. We're on the 8000s road, just the first 300 meters or so. I gotta brush my teeth. I just wanted to give you guys an update that I didn't die.
Loaded pickup off at 8142.3. Loaded pickup 8143. Yep.
Loaded heavy wide, 8149.
Empty pickup 196 room. Empty body job entering at 8136. Loaded pickup 8140. Still loaded. Loaded 8137. Loaded pickup 8140. 8146 loaded wheeler. Loaded for a CU 8.5 bridge drill. Turning out of 6 to 8, 141.6. We'll whip you around, sign you in by the medic. Yeah, sounds good.
Loaded heavy wide, 8145 loaded.
8143, empty pickup. 8144 loaded wheeler. 10 low boy, 8136. Empty for few, 8142. Bob, just a heads up, you got a headlight out, eh? Load wheeler, 8143.
Loaded heavy wide, 8147.
I'll pick up 8143.
Oh, I've never seen that sign before. Slow down, Lord. heavy wide clear at 81, 36.
Kilo boy 139. Body dog 10, 0. 12, 0. Oh, that's 8147 for heavy no light. 8142. Morning. MD 8142.
Back up, you're in the way.
Alright, what the fuck, man? We gotta get this shit together, guys!
Take a little more weight, Jim's. There you go. Going together, guys. Center down a little, Jim's, as you're going. Another foot here, guys. Keep going, Jim's. Last bolt, yeah. Go another 60. Yeah, going, Jim's. Another foot, another more. Good. Coming under. Up going. Going. Yeah, I wonder what happened. Just piled up while you were loading. Like the main bearing? I think so. Yeah. I thought maybe just a roller bearing or something. No, I thought it wouldn't even roll when it's loaded at all. Yeah. Fuck.
Which is gay because they just had this thing shut down for a fucking month and a half to get rebuilt. Good rebuild job. Yeah. That's all about.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's not even parked. Hang on there, Jibs.
Oh, they marked the nuts. Which I mean is awesome, but we got a brand new thing too, right? You want me just to hang out with my friend?
Yeah. Yeah, Gerald, you got you going up. Keep going, going. Good there, bud. Yeah, we'll get that drill spotted and just unchaining.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll be able to get you in there and get you the fuck out of here.
Alright, so that's alright.
Around here for hours, and it's good rolling the bed.
Thanks, man.
There's movie camera.
Oh, yeah. Cool, man. What a mess.
That was just saying you guys
It's fucking wild to roll, no.
Drunk style.